Hi Aquarius, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is your May 2022 weekly reading. I've already pulled your oracle cards, which are sitting here, and I'll go through them with you in a minute. Spirit, may I have the present position for Aquarius, please? Thank you. Okay. Reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. Present position for Aquarius. The Six of Cups in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse. One more. No more? I feel like there's one more, Spirit, for the present position. I'll do one more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Wands in reverse. Intriguing. Okay, Aquarius, let's take a look at so this is your present position. This is to validate that this is your reading, okay? And let's take a look at the strength. Can I have the strength for, thank you. Which way? Upright, thank you. We have the Moon card in the upright. Spirit, can I have the strength? Okay, felt like this one too. Yeah, okay, thanks. We have the Four of Coins and we have the Seven of Swords, okay, in the reverse. Can I have, is there any more for the strength? Yes, okay, 1 second. Whoa, here we go. That's what I thought it was. Two of Wands in the upright position. Let me just kind of move these up for you a little bit so you can, I know you can't really see the detail of it. I apologize for that. Let's take a look at the challenge for Aquarius. May I have the challenge, please? We got the Four of Cups and we've got the Eight of Cups. You want more? Thank you. I don't know if you can hear it, Aquarius, but there is a banging going on right outside this window over here, and it's a bird. And every time I am trying to do readings for certain signs, this bird keeps making a lot of noise. That's Spirit, by the way. So that's for you. The bird is turning up for you. So if you have somebody in the spirit world, know that they're with you. Present position. You said that you want more, right? Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Five of Coins in the upright. You're not playing today, are you? This one? Thank you. Three of Coins in the reverse. Okay, can I have what's good in the outcome, or what you want to give me in the outcome as a message for Aquarius? What will inspire them, motivate them, give them hope, and lead them in the right direction, Spirit? The Three of Wands in the upright. You want it in the upright. Nine of Coins in the upright. You want all of these in the upright? Thank you. The Four of Swords in the upright. And one more, please. Thank you. The Page of Cups in the upright. Wow. Aquarius. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on with Aquarius in the present position? What will inspire them, give them hope, validate this reading, and allow them to make the decisions that they need to make going forward? I have for you the Ace of Swords, in the reverse position. I have for you the Six of Cups in the reverse position. I have for you the Magician in the reverse position, and I have the Eight of Wands in the reverse position. Tell me more, Spirit, about, I'm already getting the energy, but tell me more. That, you know, the thing is, Aquarius, is that you are not feeling as if you are making you are doing things in your life right now that enhance who you are. It feels like you're not manifesting right now. It feels like, what you should be doing in regards to, you are communicating, because the Eight of Wands is here. So there is communication going on, but not in the manner that you want it in. So you could be in a situation, so this is a general reading, right? So this has to do with person, place, or thing. It has to do with whether it be love or money or career or whatever is going on in your life, family, friendships, a love relationship. But no matter what, apply it to how it resonates with you. The Spirit makes me feel like there is communication going on, but it's just not in the way that you want it. And so there is, so that could be in a job, right? So, yes, you're communicating and there's lots of communication, but it's not fulfilling you. The communication is not fulfilling you. For those of you in other areas, Spirit is making me feel that, so you could be communicating, but there's not the freedom to do something your way, because the Magician is in the reverse position, and so there is this kind of restriction that's going on in your energy as you're thinking about things. Now Spirit is making me feel here that I need to let you know that time is fluid, and that the reading doesn't just have to do with this week or this month, but it's kind of like this overall general reading for you. So they're making me feel here that the Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords, what's kept you in this scenario has to do with the past. But you're in this situation here with the Six of Cups in the reverse, that the past is like you've put the past into context, and where the past, so if I turn this upright, what we see is there was a period of time here that you were going through where the past affected you extremely strongly, and there was a lot of hurt and pain from the past, and something disappeared out of your life, right? Because here we have a dandelion, and if you blow a dandelion, it just puffs, it just goes away. So there's something in your life that just went away quite instantly. For others of you, there's lots of abandonment here, and there's lots of kind of redirection in your life path because of it. It was, for some of you, it's something that this is a very strong history that has defined who you are and made you who you are. But with it in the reverse, Spirit is making me feel here that it's now time for you, or you, it's not Spirit saying it, meaning that you're not there already, but Spirit is showing me here that the past is in the past, and you feel that way now, and it's taken you a long time to get to this point where the past doesn't have such a strong hold on you anymore. So the wounds of the past are now in the past, and whatever kept you in the position that you were in has now dissipated, and you're ready to go forward. And Spirit is drawing me to the Oracle cards here. But Spirit, if you don't mind, I just want to move through the energy, because I know what the Oracle cards are, and I'd like to put it into context for Aquarius as I conclude the reading. Thank you. They said okay. In the Strength position, we have the Moon in the upright. We have the Four of Coins in the upright. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Two of Wands in the upright position. So, Spirit, do you want to let Aquarius know what's going on here in the Strength position? So, Spirit is making me feel here that with the Moon card, there's a lot of, even though there's like communication here, and there's Spirit makes me feel like you are talking about what's on your mind, but there below the surface there's a lot more hidden dreams, is what Spirit makes me feel. You're really following this intuition, and it's kind of like if you were to speak about it, it's the kind of thing that just doesn't make sense when you're talking to people that don't have your type of intuitive ability, or your kind of connection with the spirit world, or with your, spiritual, whoever you are spiritually, Aquarius. And so here there's a lot of kind of still waters run deep, and there's an incredible amount of so you are the water bearer, Aquarius. And so you have the capability of both psychic and mediumship. And so you're very in tune with the spirit world, whether you've developed that gift within you or not. It's there and it's strong. And there is time periods of your life where you go inward on a very extreme level. And nobody on the outside can see that. But you are going inward and kind of connecting to the soul and your higher self, and really checking in with, what is my soul's path here? What is my North Star? What is it that I now need to do? And that is in your strength position as you allow. And here, Spirit is making me, for some of you, there's Catholicism, right? Because we've got who's this? Is this Jesus or... no, it's a sorry. Right there is the Virgin Mother with the Sacred Heart of Jesus, or with the red representing Sacred Heart of Jesus and Jesus. And so we've got some Catholics here in this reading where this will really resonate with. We've got the loyalty that's coming out here, and so there are things that you are loyal to. But there is this kind of spiritual loyalty that you have that's going on, the spiritual loyalty to yourself, spiritual loyalty to your life's path. And that's where you are in the strength position, just really kind of going deeper within that and allowing it to come to the surface. Here in the strength position, we've got the Four of Coins in the upright position. So Spirit is making me feel that you're not committing to anything. So there must be people reaching out to you kind of saying, oh, will you do this next year, March, and this could be like on an official basis. This is what Spirit makes me feel. But please take it as person, place, or thing or situation. But at least what Spirit shows me here is that, it could be like a job or a contract where they're saying, we'd like to go ahead and renew your contract for another year. And you're being very guarded about the future, because what you are thinking is, next year, this time next year, I don't want to be here. And I don't want my life to look like this. And so you're being very guarded and holding back any type of commitment where you are fully engaged and obligated to do something. So you'll do something very, very short term, like within the next 3 months. But beyond that, Aquarius, I don't feel like you want to commit to anything where it's going to kind of disrupt what may happen this time next year. So it looks like you're going to take some type of action this time next year, or this time next year feels very significant. You don't want to be doing the same thing. You want things to be different in your life. Even though you have obligations, Spirit just showed me the Six of Cups here. Even though you have obligations, you're making room here for the Magician to flip upright. And if you know anything about tarot, the Magician is manifestation, you manifesting what it is that you want in your life. Here in the Seven of Swords in the reverse in the strength position, there is a part of you before that, if you had done this, moved away from your obligations and commitments, or at least what other people expect of you, and even what you expect of yourself, you would have felt a tremendous amount of guilt. But there is something going on in your energy with this Moon card where you're really pulling back and you're able to see things from a bird's eye view, and you realize that you are not committing any type of sin. Here we go with that Catholic reference again. But it makes me, Spirit makes me feel here that you, in the strength position, whatever decision you're making, it's not out of guilt, whereas before it was out of guilt. Sorry if my voice is getting faster now. As Spirit World channels through me, my voice gets super fast, and the bleeding bird outside is getting even more noisy. Two of Wands, Spirit, bring it forward in the strength position for Aquarius. What's going on in the Two of Wands for them? So this has to do with your future and you wanting the freedom to choose. So let me show you this here. Let me show you this here, Aquarius. So what's happening is there's this kind of safe future right here with the sun over here with this wand, and then there is this moon, which is what you're reaching out to, right, which is the unknown. And what you're reaching out to here in the strength position is not to anything that's safe and that can be seen, meaning like it could be again, I keep getting this word contract. So it could be that you're being offered a contract or a position or a place that is kind of set you up for life. And it's logical on a normal level. It makes sense, right? You know, why would you not want that kind of security? But here in the strength position, what you're doing is there is an incredible amount of strength coming forward where you're like, yeah, I could accept this safe position, and maybe at some point in my life I really desired it and even manifested this safety net, but really I have so much more to explore in my life and I want to explore it. And so in the strength position, it shows you moving towards the unknown. It shows you moving away from the safety net and going into, you know, the thing about a safety net, or let's talk about a glass ceiling, right? So, you know, where the sky is the ceiling. If you give yourself a sky ceiling, meaning that, I mean, a glass ceiling, you'll hit it, right? It looks like because it's glass, that it's limitless, but you know the truth. The truth is that it has limitations. And so what we see here is you moving away from the safety net and feeling strong enough to know that the sky's the limit, that you're never going to know your true potential unless you move to what is not safe and predictable. So, and really quite boring. Spirit makes me feel you're bored, Aquarius. So here in the challenge position, we have the 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of coins in the upright. So both of these in the upright. We have the 5 of coins in the upright, and we have the 3 of coins in the reverse position. So Spirit makes me feel here that you're there's a lot of healing that's taken place in your life. And even though it's not complete, because it's only the 8 of Cups rather than the 10 of Cups, even though it's not complete, you are definitely moving into an energy and a space to, it's not like you're waiting for it to happen. You are meeting the universe halfway. You are meeting your own expectations halfway. You're not waiting for it to come, you know, opportunity to come and knock on your door. You're now moving out of this feeling of this environment and moving into a new environment. You're not out of it yet. That's what I see in the challenge position. It's kind of like you're struggling to get out of it, but you've definitely left behind the past right here. And in your present energy, it shows that you want to break free, but you haven't done it yet. And here in the 5 of Cups, we see this kind of, in the challenge position, this a little bit of the mind coming in and feeling vulnerable and fearful about, you know, not 100% free falling into your future. And here we see what you've lost, right? Lots of lost love here, lots of disappointment and heartache, and not the life that you had planned for yourself, but the life that you have. And so there's some fear in, well, you know, maybe I need security. But what's happened in the challenge position is that security that you bought into left you out in the cold. And it feels like there are people here that that you relied on and you thought would always be there for you. And there's abandonment here, right? So there's abandonment in this energy here in the challenge. And so you're thinking about that, and and there's this conflict within you of not wanting to abandon others, because you know what it feels like to feel abandoned. So there's this kind of challenge as you move into where you're going anyway, because you're naturally going there. But there's a mind in the challenge position just thinking about you know, your values. Your value is, you know, our values come from our experiences, from the world around us. And when the world around us teaches us abandonment, one of the strongest things we learn is not to abandon others. Now, yes, some of you as a knee-jerk reaction may abandon others because that's what you know. But for the most part, when you know that and you have awareness of it, you make a conscious choice not to abandon anything or anyone that's important, and to know not to leave anybody out in the cold. So that's a challenge here of kind of, you know, following your soul, as opposed to, you know, this conflict of not wanting to abandon others, which has to do with the mind, right? So Aquarius, what you need to understand is this: we are all born with personal responsibility, and you may feel that that somebody has abandoned you, and maybe that is the truth, right? They did abandon you, but what they ultimately did is they did what was right for them. And when we do what's right for us, we are following our soul's path, and it is going to hurt others, right? If we truly follow our soul's path, then we're going to inadvertently hurt other people, even if it's a mistake, even though we may regret it afterwards. But we have to make those choices for ourselves, because if we lived a life that all we did is please other people and did what other people wanted us to do, then we would not move forward in a way that expands our soul and has a soul experience. We are not here to be perfect. We are here to have an experience and to learn and to grow and to trust ourselves and to follow our own desires. And so yes, it does mean that sometimes people get hurt. Sometimes people feel abandoned as a result, but we are not accountable when we end our life to say, well, how did you please this one? And this one wanted you to do this, and this one wanted you to jump through these hoops. Did you do it? No, that's not what happens when you cross over into the spirit world. You know, what happens is accountability for your own actions. You know, here within your soul, there was a desire to do this. Did you do it? And when you say no, there's like a lost opportunity within the framework of what you came in to do as a soul. And so we all go through hurt and pain as a human being, but we must know that we all have personal responsibility. So it's not for us to dwell in the hurt and pain that others have caused us. The hurt and pain, one of the reasons why it's kind of like this domino effect, is because that hurt and pain is also meant to teach us to be strong, right? It's meant to teach us we also have a life to live. We also have things that we need to do, that we must follow our own path. Personal responsibility is something that never really gets focused on. And we have a personal responsibility. And I'm not talking about selfishness. I am not talking about being irresponsible, even though, you know, some of these decisions, when we follow our own choices, feels selfish and it feels irresponsible. But if you're going to have the full experience of your soul in this life, then you've got that nagging feeling inside. I want to do this, I want to do that, this doesn't feel right to me. That is the barometer. Emotions are the barometer to tell you that something is not going right in your life, okay? And that's what this 5 of coins represents in the challenge position. Lastly, in the challenge position, we have the 3 of coins in reverse, right? And so it's like, and again, this affects your future. It's being able to look forward to the future and say, I'm going to go after, I'm going to create this, and this is what I want. So there's still this kind of struggle going forward. Now, Spirit does make me feel that this is for this week, and this is for the month of May, this particular struggle, because, you know, nothing happens overnight. And so here we have you going through, you know, time is fluid, but time takes time, and healing takes time, and the future takes time, and manifestation takes time. Yes, there is some instant manifestation that takes place, but that is with a lot of self-awareness and the ability to have always trusted your own path and your own way, and to really develop who you are spiritually. And let me just put something into context here. In order to manifest almost immediately, and you almost have to be an enlightened being, right? And basically what ends up happening is, in order to do that, you leave people behind, right? Because in order to manifest, you must truly follow what is in front of you, that North Star that's shining so bright. So if you look at yogis in India, what is the first thing that they do? They give up all worldly goods. They don't have a home even, right? They rely on the good nature of the people around them to feed them, to give them food, and to give them, to feed them and to give them shelter. And as they go through their spiritual journey, if you look at the Dalai Lama, he's not married, right? If you look at Sadhguru, who is an enlightened being, he's a yogi. He did have a family, but and yes, he lives well, but that's through donations. But if you look at what he's doing, he is following his own path. He doesn't do what other people tell him to do. The Dalai Lama doesn't do what other people tell him to do. He's following his own spiritual nature. And by doing that, he continues to walk his path and others follow. Let me go back to this Catholic reference that they're bringing me back to. I don't like to bring religion into any kind of reading, because obviously there are lots of people out there looking at tarot that do not have a religious affiliation. But the Catholic religion just kept coming out so strongly in this reading. But if you look at what Jesus Christ did too, Jesus Christ did not follow what his mother and father, Mary and Joseph, wanted for him, right? And in the Bible, it doesn't even show that Mary and Joseph want anything from him, because they already know that he is born with God within him, and he must follow his path wherever that may lead. And so Mary goes through this incredible sacrifice of knowing that her child will go through this extraordinary experience, which will bring in a tremendous amount of hurt and pain into her soul, into her heart. But she has to do that to let him go, so he may fulfill his path on earth. And so this is what I'm talking about, right? Those of us that fulfill our path on earth, it does mean we leave everything behind, and you do have to have a lot of strength to do that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just showing you what the reading is saying about where you are. Here in the outcome, we have the 3 of Wands in the upright. We have the 9 of Coins in the upright position. We have the 4 of Swords in the upright position. And we have the Page of Cups in the upright position. Spirit, bring it forward. Spirit shows me that you are going to ultimately trust yourself, and you're going to begin to put yourself first. You've been putting others first for a very long time for many of you. Even the where you think you've been following your own path, yes, you have. What you are doing is something that you've wanted for yourself. But that part of your chapter is coming to a close, and self-love is showing up here in the outcome, where you're following your own heart of what it is that you need to make you happy and to be self-sustaining and loving towards yourself. Here in the 4 of Swords, we see this hurt and pain, that the sacrifice that you're going to make in order to move forward in your life. Here in the 9 of Coins, we see complete independence. And here we've got a lady with a mask on, but Spirit just made me feel that you taking for some of you, you taking the mask off and coming out and being who you truly are. And for others of you, it's kind of like Spirit showed me the opposite of putting on a mask and now being who you truly are. I don't get that, Spirit. Give me more. So the way Spirit makes me feel here is, for some of you, you come out, right? And you come out to others, meaning that this part of yourself has been hidden. And for others of you, it's kind of like Spirit is showing me, like when you are getting into a fighter jet plane or something like that, you put on a mask, you put on goggles, you put on something over your eyes to protect it from the from the air that's coming at your eyes at such a speed. And so Spirit shows me here protection, right? So some of you have to put on a mask so you may now go forward in your life at the speed that is necessary in order for you to gain your independence. So things are going to speed up for you here, Aquarius. Here in the final card, and then I'll go through the oracle, we have the Three of Wands in the upright position. And so you passionately move forward into your future, and for a lot of you it's not what you expect. It's brighter, it's more colorful, it's more meaningful, it's more engaging. It's something that you could never have dreamed was possible. And just because you follow your passion, what ends up happening is you take with you your wisdom, your life experience, and all that you know, and it ends up being a triumph. That's what I see. You know, this, all this anguish, hurt and pain and turmoil that you've gone through in your life, you move into calm waters, and actually a lot of fun. I see a lot of fun and happiness for your future here in the Three of Wands. Here in the oracle, I have for you, which was crazy when, you know, when this came out, because I knew exactly what it meant, but it's coming. I wanted to see if the tarot would it come out in the tarot as well, or was this kind of like a separate oracle message? But look at the oracle. We have making a choice, into the unknown, Wizard of Awareness. I mean, this is nuts, right? So basically, Wizard of Awareness, this is you. This is you becoming the wizard, right? This is you just kind of having courage, having strength, having insight, putting aside your fears and following the yellow brick road that's in your heart into a space, into a time that has been long within your spirit, long within your soul to play itself out. So that is coming up in the oracle card here, making a choice. And so there are different choices that you can make and different paths that you can take, but ultimately both will lead to liberation, right? That's what Spirit shows me here, makes me feel. And here, into the unknown. So this is into the unknown, right? This does show that you're going to take a leap of faith and you're going to go into the unknown. And in the beginning, it is going to feel like kind of trying to get your bearings, trying to understand what your choices are, feeling blinded, right? Because you're still in the physical mind and you still have to leave behind that physical mind and trust what's in your soul. And that is a shift. That is a shift of consciousness. And it is very difficult when you have been living in a physical awareness for such a long time to move into a spiritual awareness. And it is a progression, and it does take time, and it does feel like you're blind, and it does feel like you are you know, that you might bump into something, or you might fall, or, you know, it's just like having a blindfold on and moving forward. But what you're going to do is ultimately learn to trust the unknown. And the only way that you can do that is to trust yourself. Aquarius, this is quite an in-depth reading. I hope it helped, and I will see you for your next reading.